So in today's video, we're gonna get the front axle on my B6000 painted and installed. I'm gonna start off with just wiping it off with a solvent real quick, and then giving it a quick sand, and then wiping it with acetone. And for anyone curious how I hung the axle, I just got some wire, doubled it up, and then hung it from the pivot point, the pivot pin underneath the sawhorse. Seemed to work pretty well. I wouldn't use too light of a wire because it is a pretty heavy axle, so I doubled it up. But here's some time lapses of showing how it goes. All right, now that we have scuffed the thing up a bit and wiped it down and masked it up, now we're gonna go ahead and spray this axle. I've got it over here next to the stove to warm it up and help it dry out a little bit faster. Alright, so we've got the axle out here, got the tires put on it, and the tie rod put in here. And I'm just using the bigger tractor to lift up the small one so that we can put it in, roll it in there, put the pin in, and then I'll set it back down. Alright, so we finally got the axle put under here. It was a little bit of a struggle. Don't do what I did. You don't want to pick it up with the lift arm on the other tractor, because then there isn't enough. You can't get that pin in because I don't know, my bar was too thick on here, so I couldn't get the pin in. And it was also getting back into the tires, so I ended up having to just jack it up. But yeah, so there's a pin in this bushing. There's an O-ring on each side of the differential carrier that fits up in there. And then on the back side, let's see, there's this this nut up here and a washer. This castle nut. Still need to put a cotter pin in there. Yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle making sure that I got my universal joint, my drive line, timed with the rear one, keeping them the same so that there's no binding or vibration or whatever. And then for the I don't know, the tie rod or whatever, I forget what you call this, but this rod right here that goes from the pitman arm down to there. I just turned the wheel straight, put that in there, and then turned the steering wheel until the rod or the pitman arm ended lined up with the end of the rod there. And that's pretty much it. I had wheel in there, spilled a little bit on the ground putting it in, so I'll top that off. I'll put new grease zerks in there since I messed them up. And then I'll put cotter pins and all the castle nuts. But other than that, the axle's back in here. Need to get some new tires sometime because these ones are toast. But for now, that's it for this little tractor. And we'll see you guys next time.
So I wanted to give an update on the side of the axle that was using that axle stub shaft that was grooved where the seals sit. I ended up just going over it with a pretty fine wire wheel on my angle grinder to clean up all the rust and knock down any rough and sharp spots. But it's been here for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. I've only run it 2 or 3 times in that time, but I haven't noticed any oil leaking out of it. I'd probably end up seeing it coming down in the wheel there, so I haven't seen any of that. So I'm hopeful that it'll hold up for a while at least. I also wanted to just briefly mention the universal joint up here. I mean, the reason I didn't really go over it in the video is because I ordered one and it had the correct cap diameter, but it didn't have the correct width, so it was too wide. So I just had ended up just grinding down the ends of these caps until they fit in there, and I measured it with the calipers as I was going to try and get it fairly close, but I know it's not precise. I did order this off of the 53 millimeter by 20 millimeter dimensions, and I think that ended up being wrong. So just as a heads up, anyone who saw that in my last video, I would just probably gonna end up buying that other expensive one, the $90 one from Kubota. I mean, I like this one because it has the greaser in there, but I don't know how it's gonna hold up with my modifying it, so we'll just have to see.